All right, welcome back in. We got a live podcast going on here on the Go Throw channel. We are on the property, Blue Ribbon Pines, here for the Majestic. This is the 5th event of the Go Throw Tour, and this is one of our favorite places to be. Blue Ribbon Pines set the standard for private courses all over the country, even the world, now for almost 2 decades. It's an honor to be on this property filming the Majestic, which has been won by the likes of Ken Climo, Barry Schultz, Dave Feldberg. All the greats have been through here, taking their shot at this place, and putting your name on that Minnesota trophy. It's one of the coolest things you can do. You got to be on it. Kayla Visca's on there, Alex Geisinger, Noah Meitzma, Kevin Jones back to back. But who might be joining us this year? Let's bring in a guy right here. Might be the guy. Played really good last week. I feel like he's taking 2025 really seriously. Yeah, Silus Schultz.
What's
on
up?
The grounds. Have you played the Majestic before?
No, this is my first time out here. I'm actually still on the wait list.
Oh, okay.
I'm mostly here for the skins match.
Yeah.
So I was preparing for that earlier.
Yep.
Just now.
Yep.
I didn't finish my round. I got what, 9 holes in? 8.5 holes in. A hole
Okay.
9 is where I threw it in. Yeah, I threw my best disc in the water, and I was in that water for about 2 hours, but we pulled it out.
You got it.
Yeah.
On that one right there?
No, the one, the one that used to be the Kobe hole, I think.
Yeah. That water is tricky.
It was horrible, yeah.
Yeah. So you're playing in the skins match. Do you know who you're playing with?
Yeah, I got Barsby, him as Matteo.
Barsby, Hammers, and Matteo. Ridiculous card. That's happening tomorrow. That is Thursday. And that's going to be at 4 p.m. Tickets available, gothrow.com. Definitely check it out if you've got a chance. Matteo constantly on our Minnesota skins matches because he does ridiculous stuff, and he's also a great personality. You've played a lot with Matteo because you're from the South as well. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Silas. People at home maybe don't know as much about you. You're from Louisiana.
Louisiana. Yeah, me and Matteo, we kind of put on for the deep South. We got,
Exactly.
he's from, South Alabama. I'm from South Louisiana. Born and raised Baton Rouge. Lived in New Orleans for a little bit. Started playing disc golf when I was 6 years old. Been sponsored by Discmania since 2018, beginning of 2018. Been on tour a few years. And
You're the oldest of...
No. I'm
You're
the fourth.
You're the fourth.
Fourth, yeah.
Of
11.
11.
Yeah.
Like 11 real. Like your mom
Straight
had
up.
11 kids.
No twins, yeah.
Wild. No twins?
No twins.
Oh my goodness. What was that like growing up with that many siblings?
I mean, it was normal for me. That was the amount of, that's what all I knew.
Right. Right.
Every year, mom and dad would be like, hey, we have something to tell you guys. Be like, we know what it is. Is it a boy or a girl? And so, no, it was super cool. We were a big disc golf family for a long time. Right now, only a few of us still play, but we'll go out and play family triples on holidays and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So,
Right on. Well, you're also like really astute when it comes to technology and making reels, which is super important these days.
Yeah.
It's the visuals. It's what people see. It's how discs get sold, which is kind of how we're measured as far as value goes in disc golf to a degree. How did that all come about, and like what opportunities is that giving you?
I mean, it really just happened organically. I'm a pretty creative person. I love just making stuff. And in 2020, Discmania wanted us to make some disc reviews. And so I just was doing that, got a little bit more creative with it as I went, and just kind of fell in love with making videos, you know what I mean? Telling stories. And so it turned into something cool. Now I do just I get a lot of opportunities to work with a lot of cool people who make better videos than me or have more equipment than I do and stuff like that. So I'll make different reels. Right now, this year, I've done like a vlog for every pro tour, which are like kind of more cinematic, slower paced, just like a story of my week.
A story, like you were saying, a story. That's cool.
So I mean, that's what it's, and I've been able to work with some different brands and just stuff in disc golf, and it's been really cool.
Is that outlet for you something like artistically that helps you then focus on disc golf? Like what does it mean to you to get that stuff done?
I mean, it's something I love to do. Like I'm not I'm not like a cameraman. I'm way more of an editor, but I am like completely content to just sit in a coffee shop for 5 hours straight and just lock in on a video. Like that stuff is just what I enjoy doing.
Yeah.
And so even today, I was editing for a few hours and getting some stuff done before I came out here. And no, I mean, it's interesting how you spend your off time or downtime on tour. You know what I mean? When you're not playing, you don't want to be doing very active things. You know, you don't want to like risk injury or by playing other sports or anything like that. And you want to like get good rest. And so this is just kind of a way that I enjoy kind of spending downtime and just feeling it's very fulfilling to like work on a video for so long and then have it finally finished and then post it. And you know, it's
like a tangible thing too. You can feel it. It brings emotion, hear it, you know, you see it, obviously. Yeah. It's kind of cool. And then it'll persist time. It's on the internet now.
Yeah. And it's fun to just like, it's a skill that I'm like constantly improving on, you know what I mean, as I'm doing
it's a pretty high value skill, especially as we move forward too.
Yeah, especially
what you're
nowadays.
doing is unique. You've got a little bit of touch. And the big guy walking in here. Let's bring him in too. Here, just come over here and sit down if you want. Fresh on the scene. He's been in here for like less than 30 seconds. All we've got is your waist. Bringing him in. You call him the big guy. He's the big Germ. Here, take this mic from me and just tell people how amazing it is to be on the property at Blue Ribbon Pines.
And tell us where you got that shirt.
What's up, dude?
Hey, what's up?
Hi. Yeah, we're here on the property, which is always fun. Back-to-back weeks, Preserve now down here, the BRP. It always adds definitely a really nice element to be able to just wake up and then like take 15 steps to a basket. Yeah, that's awesome. And BRP is just, I mean, this is one of the first places I ever went on tour back in 2010 with Cam Todd.
That's what you were saying.
I drove across the country.
West of, this was the furthest west you've been.
To be fair, when I said that last night, I actually forgot that I had gone, early in 2010, I'd flown to Las Vegas.
Okay.
So
That's
I played
pretty west,
Vegas. Yeah. I played, to that point, I'd never been west of Dallas. That's where my mom's side of the family's from. And so 2010 was the first time I was like on the road.
Yeah.
And then later on that year, we drove from Charlotte all the way up here. It was a 24-hour drive.
Yeah.
And I was just like, man, touring's crazy. Like, this is tough.
Yeah.
But yeah, this place has a lot of memories, man. I mean, it's all hole 4, which is now hole 3, the tight tunnel par 4. Like that was on all the disc golf magazines, and like
that's cool.
People were always talking about this place before like social media, before Instagram, before all that stuff. Like this place was iconic before all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's easy for some places to get blown up now, but like back then it was done the roots way, which is just mouth to mouth. And well, that sounds bad. But
word of mouth.
Word of mouth. Thank you.
CPR like.
Yeah. It was word of mouth, and it was magazines. Yeah. You know, like YouTube wasn't really that prevalent. So, but this is the first place I remember being like, that's on my bucket list. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I feel that part about the drive. I drove straight here from Louisiana, just straight north.
Oh, to Preserve.
Yeah, to Preserve.
Yeah, right on.
Yeah. It was like I left after church. It was like 1 o'clock on Sunday. I just drove till like 10:30 that night, slept in a Love's gas station, then just kept driving. When I woke up, I was in my car for like, I don't know, 28 hours or something, and then got here at like 4. It was kind of nice.
Disc golfer thing to do.
It was a very disc golfer thing, yeah.
If you haven't done that, have you really been on the road?
Are you really on tour? Yeah, I don't know.
I feel like there's a couple ways you can tell if you've been on tour. Have you slept in a truck stop?
Right.
Have you slept in a rest area?
Right.
Have you found Lance Brown's stray discs on the course? Do you have an interesting story about Brad Williams?
Right.
You know, those kind of things. Like those are the different levels of it.
Wow, those were all really good.
Those are so good.
You have a funny story about Brad.
Have you split open your finger from playing too much disc golf in Texas? Yep, right there, right now.
Finger today.
Yep.
Currently.
Yeah, I've been on tour.
Yeah.
I've done all those things.
That hit me like a Mack truck when I first went on tour. I played a lot of disc golf. I've been playing disc golf since I was a kid. And then I just show up and play every day for a few weeks in Texas. And by the end of it, it was like my hands were like cracking. I had a blister underneath a callus that then like exploded, and I was putting like liquid skin.
It looks like the desert floor on your hand.
Yeah, it was horrible. It was absolutely horrible.
So this place is not the desert floor, man. It's been raining just about every other day. It's super green and lush.
It's the lushness.
Yeah, we did a nice little like almost 8 mile hike yesterday to do some birding around the area at the Carlos Avery Nature Preserve.
What was the best bird that you saw?
I saw a great egret snatch up a fish. I actually have a video on my phone of it.
Got a vid.
Yeah, and we heard a ring-necked pheasant, and then we saw some broadwing hawks.
If you want to
Nice.
send Chris the video, we can show the people the video.
I can send it to Chris. It's kind of dope. I'll show it to Siles. We'll get a little quick
He's got a
real-time
Samsung?
reaction
You
video.
got a Samsung, so it's not gonna be simple, Chris.
Oh boy. I'll send it to you, Messenger.
Chris,
Messenger.
he
Dude, watch
knows.
this right here, bro.
Here, I'll get the blind reaction. Dang, look, he's just. Dude, this
doing
looks
his
like a
wiggle thing.
painting.
Bro, this is him fishing.
Oh wait, he's
fishing.
drawing the fish in with his toe,
Bow.
and then he grabs it.
Gobbles, gobble.
He's set up, dude.
Dinner time.
We'll show you guys. We'll redo that one here in a bit.
That was
The video
beautiful.
quality started to fail at the end because I had my binoculars set. I had my binoculars set on my tripod.
Yeah.
And I was going back and forth between looking on binoculars and trying to get a good video of it because I was like,
Do you kind of reset, or is this week in the wait?
I was like,
Michael Daybell. Let's see if we got this. Coming off a great week,
yeah.
does that bring momentum in for you? Okay,
Yeah.
it's not just me. That there's something missing. Do kind of a reset. And Last
Okay.
week is the pass.
Right. Do I see it as the past or do I reset? I mean, I don't know. I haven't necessarily done any of those things yet because I'm just kind of we're even focused on the next. It was a really interesting week because I felt like I played a little bit better than I've played most of this year. You know what I mean? Which was confusing. Like,
Yeah.
how is a little bit better fifth? You know,
Yeah, right.
like where's the disconnect? And a lot of it was the first time I had shot a good first round the whole year. Usually I would play a lackadaisical front nine, you know, figure it out in the back, pull myself back into it, get myself to 40th, and then climb to like a decent finish from there. You know what I mean? So, you know, I caught like a top 10 and like I think 14th at Champions Cup and some decent finishes, but I was holding myself back that first round. And so shot a 5 the first round, which didn't feel insane.
Conditions that day,
But
so-
I will say they were easier in the more like a bogey free, I think 12 under, and that's kind of what put me in position. And then that's kind of what put me in position. And then I just had a blast the final round. It was just a really good time.
That's how you do it. That's how you do it.
So I guess moving forward that week, I had a little basket in my basement, and I would wake up and putt. I would get home and putt, and I was just like reps, and then putt, and I was just like reps, and it really, I could feel it kind of help me, especially that
does.
final round
It
whenever
matters.
I was down some of those like more, you know, 25, 28
We're
footers.
talking about putts right now. Joe Revere across the field, 400 something feet away, just draining putts, playing the Majestic, but strictly as a warm up for Masters. Where can they find your stuff?
You can definitely follow me on Instagram, Silus Schultz. Subscribe to my YouTube. That helps me a lot. You
good
can,
follow.
yeah, and trust me, the vlog can,
follow.
yeah, and trust me, the vlogs, they're fire. They're getting better. The one this week, they're fire. They're getting better. The one this week, I'm really excited about.
Very good follow.
Yeah, I'm really excited about.
Very good follow.
Yeah, and then you can use the Curse of the 5 Down started at Supreme Flight this year. Final round, I have 4 holes left. I'm even for the round, I'm even for the tournament. Okay, I tell myself if I can get to 5 under, I can cash. I have never practiced the eagle on or 15.
Oh, the downhill par
15, yeah. Laser beam, 60 feet left, cash money, eagle. It's possible. Then I birdie again on 16, very difficult birdie, park it.
Sick.
Get 17, get 18, shoot 5 down in the cash by a stroke or 2, and make
Oh.
some money. Seems like a good thing. Wrong, bad thing. Because then the next week I shoot 5 down at this A tier. Those are both bad rounds. Okay, I get to Waco, I shoot a 5 down first round. It's windy, so it's fine. And second round I shoot 5 down again. It's not windy, so
good.
we're not good. So that's 2 out of the 3 5 downs. Then the next week I go to Austin, I shoot another 5 down to start, and I realize, wait a second, I'm shooting a lot of 5 downs right now. And so I go into round 2, anything but a 5 down. I start hot. I'm 8 down through 11. I'm in like 4th place. Let's go. Good
No.
stuff. Right? I take 2 bogeys. Oh no. So then I get 2 more birdies. I'm 8 down going into 18.
Triple.
Okay, perfect drive, perfect upshot. Then
Triple.
my third slip out of bounds. Make it on my second shot. My putt, I have not missed yet. I skip off the rim and roll over the wall.
Triple.
OB, tap in 8. Shoot another 5 down.
Triple.
The next round, I shoot like a 1 over. I think the curse is over. Final round, 5 down again. Boom. And since
Oh
then,
my
I've shot like a
God.
5 down. What I shoot first round and preserve, 5 down,
down.
got 5th. Dude,
So it's not a curse. It's just a consistency
It's a
thing.
curse when you're playing bad, easy
Bro,
courses.
let me tell you what a curse is. 5 over is a curse, homie. 5 under is not so bad in perspective,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, I would take your 5 down.
Like 10 of my last 13 rounds in tournament were
That's
5 down
unbelievable.
or something like that. It was unbelievable, off the charge. Since then, I've shot 5 down like once
How about
a
this?
tournament.
5 under on the front and on the back here.
It's equivalent.
Okay.
But I will say, you know, it's been a lot of 5 unders. But I'm here for it sometimes.
I'm supporting some 5 down here.
All right, we agree with Hunter Johnson. Silas, you did while he was binocularing birds earlier.
Binocularing?
Walk us through it. As we get somebody else in here.
Burden, baby.
All right, which one of you three is in?
This is Randy Dewick.
We're just talking, Randy.
Talking, dude.
Dude.
There it is. Gobble, 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 gobble.
All right, we got
I was
Randy
a little
Dewick.
delay
This
for
is
me.
the pride of Belize. The only player ever, the only player ever on the Pro Tour from Belize. Germ, that's pretty rare, right?
Well, he's the only one, so that's incredibly rare.
It is rare. I'm not mistaken. Hogan's here as well. Randy, tell us a little bit about yourself. Let the people know. You know, just here.
I am a Mennonite from a little Mennonite community down in Belize. It's like a 3,000 population little town. And I hear them making fun of me. Shut up.
You're killing me.
So, yeah, I was born and raised in Belize. So, yes, I'm a Belizean. There's a lot of people that ask me, like,
Oh, really?
when did you go down there? Since when have you, when did you move down there? No, I was born there. So I'll always be a Belizean.
Where were your parents born?
In Belize.
Okay.
Grandparents were born in Canada, and they had like a little community in Canada. They moved from there to Mexico. So like the Mennonites are all across the world.
Yeah.
So you got some in Canada, Mexico. From Mexico, they moved down to Belize. So there was nothing really there. They saw some good farmland, and then we started a little community there. So my parents were also born in Belize. Yeah. So,
On this compound.
yes.
One thing I did know about you is that you're a Mennonite. What I don't know is what a Mennonite is.
A Mennonite technically means a follower of Menno Simons.
Okay.
So like they are gonna be following like Menno Simons like translated the Bible in a certain way.
Okay.
And so they like try to follow his rules and stuff.
Okay.
So that's a Mennonite.
Okay.
And like they have a lot of how do I say this the right way? It's not like Amish at all, but like we do have some strict rules and stuff. Like the women have to wear like covers, and like technically you're not allowed to have TVs, and like you can't have vehicles. That's doable. The guys wear long pants, don't wear short pants, and stuff like that. So-
Interesting.
Yeah, there's a lot of Mennonite in Kansas.
Right. There's some in the U.S. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I've had some experiences with good people, and there's more similarities between like a Mennonite and a Christian than there are differences. at the end
Oh,
of the
for
day,
sure,
right?
for sure. I would say 100%. Yeah.
You can't have TVs, but you can have YouTube,
Yes.
which you do quite well. Actually, are you a YouTube guy or are you just mostly Instagram?
I've been starting to put some on shorts, on
Okay.
YouTube shorts.
Because, yeah, either way, whether it's YouTube or not, this dude's social media game kind of kept me entertained during the off season. I don't know.
One word to describe his social media game: resourceful. Right?
Wait, what?
We're talking about tractors, like shots going underneath tractors, MTA shots on boats, DDT baskets into rivers, or swinging baskets. That, by the way, must have taken so much energy.
Yeah. Yeah.
To run, swing, run back, and hit it while it's swinging. I can't even imagine the outtakes.
Did I
That's
hear
unbelievable.
That it was like a multiple day shot?
And not that one. So that's the craziest thing. That swinging basket one took 9 tries.
Okay.
I just got super lucky. But other ones I've worked on like 2 or 3 days before.
That is
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Anybody who's done a trick shot video knows sometimes it just doesn't happen. Sometimes it literally doesn't happen.
Yeah.
What trick shot hasn't happened yet that you've put days into? Is there one?
Yes, I've been trying. I did one. I've been filming it too, so I might post it later and be like day 1, day 2, whatever. But I've been working on one for probably back when I was in Belize. I tried it for like a month straight. I want to do like a simultaneous ace where I throw like a hyzer up. And then I throw a lightning shot right at it. And like I've literally come close though. Like I've had the hyzer go in, and then like the beaming shot just like hit the cage, like so close to go both in at the same time. And I just really want that to happen. I think it would be sick.
You said you were working on your forehand yesterday. I'd like to see a simultaneous forehand backhand.
It's true, actually.
And that one will get you working on your forehand. So
That's a good point, actually.
And it doesn't have to be that far, even if it was like 100 feet. You know, and then push it to like 250, where it's like crazy. But
Yeah.
I think that just like the reps alone, and it might destroy your shoulder, or it might make might be worth it.
Worth it.
What?
Here you go.
Where can people support you and find you at?
Mainly Instagram right now, Randy_Duik95. Yeah, follow me and also follow my YouTube as well. I don't post
That's
as
right.
much on that, but
Yeah.
but main thing is Instagram. Yeah.
Yeah, that's 2 thumbs up from the boys right here. All right, so you caddied for Braden last year. This
Yes.
is your first Majestic you'll be playing in.
Yes.
What are your expectations?
Like it's too low of a number to not know if it's 1 or 2
We played
practice
a
rounds.
half one today. We did play 2 yesterday.
It's true.
So 2. I played 2.5 practice rounds.
All right, fair.
Because we were in the pond looking for this for like 2 hours for Silus this.
That's
but
practice too.
That's very good practice.
That's good friendship.
Yeah, but he did have to pay us a shake to go in. But anyway, yeah. So I think the goal is to try to have fun out here, maybe, because there's so many like. You can get mad so fast if you're taking it too serious, and I have both practice rounds. I got so pissed.
Like letting musket birdies go by, type of deal.
It's such variety, and just see it as a fun track. I think is probably gonna be my goal.
Dude, do that.
And
Do that. You'll have a great time.
Because I don't know if there's like the game plan. You just you got to try your best out on a course like this, and like.
Well, we got 2 cards of coverage. Ace Run Pro is here as well as Go Throw. So top 8 people being videotaped, all of that action online. Check it out, YouTube. Get subscribed to Ace Run and Go Throw if you're not already. Watch for Randy Duik, the Belize Bomber.
Oh, hey. I like it.
There's got to be some good bees.
The Belize believer.
All right, Randy. Anything else for the people?
No, that's it. I appreciate you guys having me.
Right on, bro.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you, man.
All right.
Yeah, I'm just over here just watching Joe Revere grinding out putts, man.
Bro, Joe has been putting this entire podcast.
It's crazy.
Straight up.
At first it was warming up, and then I think he saw me take this chair, and then since then he's just been
His edges
one eye in the basket, one eye in my soul.
straddled out in the open.
Yeah, straight out and they opened it.
Good grief, dude.
Yeah, this guy's going for 4 times for sure. And the thing is,
Oh, he just switched it to the other side. Savage. I've
The
never
other
seen
side?
it. Dude, he was straddled out with the left balance, and then he went right balance.
He was throwing Heenheimer putts and he switched to Heiser.
I don't think he's missed a single putt since we started this podcast.
He's got a headphone in listening to y'all talk right now.
is that true? Is that true, Joe?
It can't be. It can't
Hey.
be. He's probably figuring out his curriculum for next year.
Practice your turbo putt if that's true, Joe. Yeah, we'll see about that.
All right.
Yeah, I talked to him this morning, and yeah, he's staying on the property too, and he was saying
Oh,
that
yeah. Is that his little thing?
he's playing open. Not that blue thing, but the next thing down.
Yeah.
He's so I'm just staring over at him.
Yeah, he's playing open.
He's playing open this week, which I think is really smart. I mean, he's trying to sharpen the axe for the big one in a couple weeks.
Yeah. So if he's sharpening the axe, what are you doing?
I'm softening the axe, but I'm doing it for the same purpose in a way, because when all I do is play the Pro Tour events, and I just keep on missing cash, and I keep on being like right there on that line. I've been injured all year, so I should say this is what was happening last year, and it has translated into this season.
And so
If I go and play Masters and I get that taste of like being competitive or being in the hunt of it, it doesn't matter if the scores are 4 under versus 24 under MPO versus MP40. Being in the hunt gains confidence because it's a skill that I've actually forgot.
Yeah.
I'm hopefully working on a skill this week where I can know what it's like to be in the hunt and trade down or hold off or do whatever or be in the hunt and actually get that feeling again.
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking forward to this week.
I feel that, what Joe's doing is to gain confidence, and what you're doing is also to gain confidence.
It's just different ways.
That's just how it works.
And it's not just confidence for me. I'm doing this because I think it's fun. And because you know what? Screw anyone who has to have any hating comments about it. I have played open for 18 years. I have put blood, sweat, and tears into this. My body has been injured for the entire season. And guess what? I can give myself a break every once in a while and play Masters because I'm old enough to do it. So if you have anything negative to say about it, go for it. I do not care. It will not change my opinions about it one bit.
I'm all broke down. I can only throw 450-foot forehands and putt really freaking good and shoot 1070 rated tournaments in New Zealand. Go watch that on Go Throw
1070,
coverage.
bro. It was 1048 or 1052.
You average 1052?
Yeah. I remember because it was like one of my highest rated
Enough
tournaments.
said. Like,
Yeah, no,
thank
I mean,
you for proving my point.
I know it's in there, dude. But you know what? Like I said, I enjoy what I'm doing. When Odie messaged me earlier in the year, I thought this was gonna be my second Masters tournament because I was planning on playing Tim Selinsky. I was injured for that. I had a sciatic problem, I had a bulging disc and herniated disc and all these things in my back. I wasn't able to stand up. And then Jake Heenheimer decided to come over into the broadcast. That was cool of him to do that.
He started missing putts the second that we put him on. Get in here, bud. Hey, Braden, are you in, out? What are you going to do? You got to leave? No. All right.
Hey, I'll make some room for Braden.
All right, cool.
That is a nice
cool.
tripod, dude.
Jakey boy. Jake Heenheimer. All right, we've been doing a little quick 1-minute life story with everybody. So catch people up. You live in the capital of Missouri. I gave that one away. Catch them up on the rest.
Well, just recently,
Everything, by the way.
Real quick story is me and Calvin Heimberg went rock hunting at Moose Lake and found a bunch of rocks. And then we got back and I was transferring the rocks from the bag that I had them in into a mason jar. And I put them into the mason jar and I didn't realize whenever I was putting the rocks in that a piece of the mason jar lid, like glass, broke off. And then I tried to reach my hand in the mason jar to grab a rock out and I sliced my hand up real nice. You probably can't see that.
Don't do that. I mean, I'll take your word for it.
Yeah. So I'm probably only backhands this weekend,
which isn't a problem.
Rests right on where my sidearm sits on the disc.
If you throw your backhands for the rest of your life the way you threw them today in practice,
You'll be fine.
I think you're going to be just fine.
Yeah, I'm feeling it.
Dude was
Feeling
absolutely
confident.
shredding.
Yep.
There's no worries.
Yep. Shot 12 down, final round at Preserve. Feeling the momentum. Feeling good.
Yeah. Coming in hot, throwing the disc well. Did you already do your life story?
Life story. I mean,
A minute life story.
Cut his hand on the mason jar.
I know.
That says a lot about. Here, hold on. This says a couple things. It says this man's down for adventure. This man's down for nature. This guy plays disc golf. It's a big story. You're a disc golfer, and this is affecting your disc golf.
This is.
You're a traveler because you were hanging out, and you're a friendly person. You're hanging out with Calvin Heimberg doing this, who's also a friendly person.
Very friendly
So it says a lot about your. I think he was just kind of shorthanding a lot of things that can be inferred afterwards. So
Yeah.
I followed him.
Yeah.
How are your grades in school?
I mean, in science and math, I was really good.
I knew that just exactly from what you were saying, the rock hounding thing, dude. I got that.
Science and math, I was really good. English, I didn't do so well. And, reading and that kind of, I didn't really enjoy that part of the game.
Comprehension.
Yeah, reading comprehension.
Yeah, I didn't get that.
Yeah, right on, Jake. You've played this event before, have you not?
The first time I was ever at this course was in 2014.
Whoa.
I played Am Worlds here in 2014.
Wow.
Yeah.
Who won that Am Worlds?
Nicholas Duran won my division, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, you're playing juniors?
Mm-hmm.
Junior Worlds.
2014. Well, Junior Worlds and Am Worlds is the same thing back
Who won
then.
2014?
You should know this.
That wasn't.
It's Steven Jacobs? No.
No, that was in Charlotte. Or was that Spencer? No, that was in Emporia. Stephen Jacobs won in Emporia. I think Spencer Wilkin won in Charlotte in 2012. This guy won Am Worlds in 2018 in Charlotte. And then 2014, IMAC was in a battle with.
No, that's Wisconsin.
I know, but that
was at Token
Barella
Creek.
won in Kalamazoo. Was that 2015?
15.
And then the year before that, though, I'm struggling on that one.
Yeah.
I used to know like
a week ago.
my
I've
crew.
Yeah.
I heard you list it like a week ago.
Did you?
Not long. You and who was the young kid that you were with that was listing it with you? Oh, it was Jake Mon or Ryan Mon. I was with you guys that day. You remember you and Ryan Mon were going through all the names.
Bro, that was persimmon. This was like early April. You said the other last week. Bro, that wasn't me then, I don't think.
You were there.
You can maybe I was. I'm looking this up.
All right, if you guys got questions for Jake Heenheimer,
Caught a snake today.
it's not a surprise. Big Germ or anybody else, anything about the Go Throw tour, put them down below.
I remember this now. Ricky Wysocki and I were in Sweden watching this happen live. I'll give you a hint. Jordan Castro was in the final 9. Oh. And he did not win. Oh. Andrew Nava and Robert Smith were also in the final 9.
Wow.
Yep. Andrew Nava out of Portland or out of Oregon. I think he's out of Portland. He's a homie.
Jake Laputka?
Jake Laputka. Yep. Yeah. And that was, yeah. I remember Jordan Castro. I never met him before, but I remember him saying, like on the last hole of the final 9, he turns to the crowd and says, "Thanks for watching, everyone. We're going to put on a show," or something like that. And then or "Thanks for watching the show." Whatever he said. It was like, all right, I can get down with this dude. Like he was embracing this moment. And Ricky and I were watching from across the world. And we were like, yeah, and we did appreciate the show. So anyways, Jake Laputka, 2014. Shout out.
Yeah, that's right.
Jake Laputka. Yeah, that is flyer. Pretty far from the RV. Man, if you guys haven't been out to Blue Ribbon Pines, this is going to be an appreciation minute for Blue Ribbon Pines. 27 of the finest holes in disc golf. Ray Jordan, 2 sons in the game as well. They own a landscape business, so every piece of grass, every rock on this property is thought out beforehand. Can't say enough about the entire staff at Blue Ribbon Pines, including Angie, obviously, in the pro shop as well. This place is just as well run a private course as you're going to find. And once again, it's been setting the standard for 2 decades.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I got a question. So is this technically a Go Throw? Is this on the Go Throw tour?
It is.
How many Go Throw events are registered PDJ?
7.
Yeah, but so there's 2 of them that are PDJ events.
This one, Failure.
And Failure. Okay.
Failure in A2? Working on it?
I think so, right? Is Failure an A tier?
You're defending Failure champion with the eagle on the final hole to go into a playoff against AB, and then eagled it again to win the playoff.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
I've been talking to Steve Bro about that property for years, man. I still haven't made it out there yet.
I'm excited to see it with some OB. I'm excited to see it with some T.
It was a little too easy.
Yeah.
You get to 18 at Failure Lake, I'll walk ahead and go stand where Jake's disc landed in the playoff, and it is standing at the tee box with AB, and even AB just had to laugh. It was insane.
Why did you do that?
I was feeling really aggressive.
Dude, let's be honest.
Day.
He pulled it.
Dude, I was trees on the left. I wanted to be in the open. I was trying to get aggressive. Not gonna lie.
Insane.
I like that and that was the first hole in the playoff, right? Mm-hmm. So there's a couple ways you can go into a playoff and actually.
I'm playing AB.
You play AB.
One of the best players in the world.
You can say best player in the world, and someone can say, "Oh no, it's Isaac. Oh no, it's Gannon." No. They're all the best player in the world. So you're saying the truth. Yes. It's not one of the best. He's the best player in the world, and so do 4 other people.
Most talented player in the world, no doubt.
The unit.
Yes.
The guy. We need to have a better nickname for him than just AB. It's not enough.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things you can say about him. So I love This is going to sound cheesy because I'm going to turn this back on me just for a second because I've recently had that situation in New Zealand. Yeah. I'm going against Ezra Robinson, the best player in the world.
Yeah.
About to be because he won the next tournament.
And his putting was better than anyone.
To be fair, we can say he was one of the best players in the world. But he is still, 1040 rated at the time, right? And I'm bro, what? I'm just geeked to be in the competition with him. Mm-hmm. And I lose the coin flip, so I got to go first. And I'm sitting there. There's a par 4 that you can go for, or you don't go for it. Mm-hmm. Now, what do? You lay up and give them the opportunity to win it, and then you say, "What do I do? Well, what would happen if I had gone for it?"
Yeah.
No, dude. You're first to go. Were you first to go?
I was first to go.
You're first to go, dude. You send the message. You do it. And guess what? If the other person gets to reap the benefits of it, okay.
Yep.
At least you know that you gave it a full send.
Yeah.
And you could always live with that. Mm-hmm. You're not gonna give it a full send and go out of bounds and be like, "Oh, I wish I'd played it safe." No, you tried. You tried to win. Mm-hmm. Right? At that point, you're already gonna make money.
Yeah.
And you're already there, dude. The spotlight's on you.
Is all
it is there is experience this, dude. Mm-hmm. Let's win.
And the sunset.
I remember the
everything.
moment. Song.
Yeah.
They're playing. Yeah.
For you?
No, for you. Dude.
Oh, I was like, they did it for you too?
No, I'm talking
okay.
Germs, that moment was special. You were feeling the music. You were feeling the moment.
drop.
Yeah, you waited for the drop and parked a 570-foot shot with the pressure on it. Similar to what you did. You both did it very well done.
Yeah.
Those are that would have been the New Zealand Open.
New Zealand Open.
Yeah. Insane stuff. Jake,
Yeah.
where can people find you, follow you?
You can follow me on Instagram at my name, Jake Heenheimer. You can. Yeah.
Well, he wasn't doing anything dumb when he reached his hand into the jar. He was trying to do cool stuff with nature.
Accidents happen
Like if
fast.
somebody was to like fall out of a tree, they're climbing a tree, they fall in a tree. He's like, man, I don't want to support this.
Well, that's something I would do too.
But like, yeah, you have fly just living on his hat all day long. I swear. Like when we were practicing earlier today, I wanted to swat a fly on your hat like 3 times, and there's one on there again.
Okay.
All right, sorry.
The furthest shot I've ever seen thrown in New Zealand, thrown by this next guy jumping in here
Oh,
in skins
Oh.
at the orchard.
yes, yeah, the hole at the bottom of the hill, right?
He
My
threw
God.
that in the south a little bit, southern gentleman.
Yep.
Let people know what's up.
All right, I am from South Carolina, 23 years old. This is my second year fully on tour. Born in Maryland, but I mean, I was there for
Yep,
like
totally.
a few months, and so I consider myself
I
born
know.
and raised.
I was
South
born in
Carolina.
Ohio. We left 3 months into being
Exactly,
born there.
right,
Yeah,
yeah.
I have a similar thing. So how'd you get into disc golf?
30 over par, and I was like, okay, I think I can get good at this.
I'm hooked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Because he knew I loved frisbee. Like I always loved frisbee, and there weren't many people who did when I was in school. And so like anytime we had a chance to go out,
Shot in New Zealand, which absolutely cracked my brain. The way it drifted, because it drifted for like 6-7 seconds. I mean, like getting a catch cam on a shot like that, never easy. Like and those were all like 450 to 500 foot shots, and then you literally threw it like 700 feet over the catch cam's head. It's hard to exactly tell, but I first found out about your disc. I was blown away. When did you start throwing the disc so far, dude?
I don't know. That was kind of one of the things that I like tried to learn how to do earlier in my career, I guess. And I don't know. It never really made sense to like. I don't know. I always tried to like. I always loved Macbeth. I tried poorly. I played football for a day. I went to practice. I got tackled, and I said, "All right, I'm out." And that's pretty much it.
That's shocking to me. As someone who's played sports my entire, since I was 7, that's when I got into soccer, and then soccer led into basketball, and basketball then into ultimate frisbee for a very short period of time before I found disc golf. But I mean, I've been playing sports my whole life, and I've at a high level. And so I think over that time, one of the things that I've been able to acquire is a recognition of someone's presence, whether they're smooth with it. And if they're smooth with it, like you can tell that that's going to translate into accuracy or distance, like what he's talking about. And so like, when I see your game, I see someone who's athletic and the hand-eye coordination is strong. And like usually that comes from a lifetime of doing athletic things. And that usually comes from sports. So where do you think, what could you attribute that to then if it's not through sports?
I don't know. I mean, like maybe it is through sports slightly, because like I was always involved in something, but it was I was never the greatest at any of it. But I always loved, I love playing basketball. I'm not the greatest. I love playing baseball. I'm not the greatest, but like I love doing athletic things, like being competitive, and so maybe it just kind of comes from that. And finally, I found the sport that I'm meant to play.
Were you throwing the frisbee around? Were you playing catch with friends?
Oh yeah. So like
Before disc golf?
Oh yeah, way before disc golf.
okay.
Like in middle school, we had this little like recess time or whatever, and I always brought my frisbee to school. That way, whoever wanted to play ultimate or wanted to play catch, we could play. Because something about frisbee, just I always loved that way more than I did
You want to come on?
than I did any other sport.
I think that's kind of for me. I see that in you, that there's like a smoothness in the transition. And we got Rocco out here making some noise.
He wants to get on.
Brayden, how tall are you?
5. I call myself 5'10". Last time I was measured, it was like 5'9.5". But
Okay.
I'll round up to 5'10".
So right around 5'8" is the real distance. No.
Yeah, no, 5'5".
Okay, we'll give you 5'10". We'll give you the NBA stat card.
Thank you.
We'll give you the 5'10".
I need every inch I can get. Not very
Yeah,
tall.
that's tall enough to go boomstick.
Yeah.
All right, we got some stuff in the chat. We gotta rattle through. Okay, questions. Germ, I saw you wearing a sick Dead End Co shirt in Stockton. Do you have a favorite band?
Yes, I do. One favorite band, no, not a chance. Lately, actually, Luke and I have been jamming out big time on Daily Bread.
That
which
Daily
is
Bread.
A little EDM action, but it's like a chill EDM.
Yep.
That kind of gets a little unchill in a good way. I like that. I've always been a big fan of, honestly, where do you even start, dude?
That was a good start. I think we should keep on going.
Yeah, keep
Would
going.
you rather have tongues for fingers or belly buttons all over?
What? Tongues for fingers? Or
Tongues for fingers. Strongest muscle in your body is a tongue.
no, probably the other option because I don't want tongues.
Belly buttons all over.
Strongest muscle in the body.
Okay, SoCal Sergeant, we are going to post the Persimmon Ridge Beat the Pros. That actually got finished up, I think, today.
Dude.
It's actually been exported.
I've been
It will
talking
be-
about that drive on Jomez with the AB's shot up the hill for months.
The Persimmon Ridge?
I'm talking about the triathlon.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
The triathlon, we need
stuff.
that needs to get out there because
Yeah.
people need to see that drive. I don't know if it's going to translate well on
It
camera,
won't. It won't.
but bro, if
The
people
hill is
see
so
it
steep.
and they go to Eagles Crossing and then they walk it, they'll understand.
All right. Favorite hole at BRP?
Favorite hole? Gotta be the tunnel hole. I think
playing as three
hole,
this week.
hole 3.
Yeah,
I would
it's hole
think.
four,
Let me
hole
think
three
before
this
I make a decision. But
You got a favorite?
that's the first one that comes out of my mind.
I like that one right
Hole
there.
7,
Oh, you like hole 7?
the little jump putt down the hill.
No.
Oh, the next one.
Kobe?
8. Yeah.
Kobe, like
no,
Kobe.
No, I'm kidding.
No,
That's a cool hole, but
if you say anything other than the 3, you're wrong.
I would think it's probably that.
It's iconic.
That one's really good too.
The one with the nice green in the pond.
Yeah.
That's nice.
I think that one's good.
Are you
Was
going to take
20
that over hole
something?
3? Hole 3 is one of the best holes in the world.
It's true.
I'm sorry. There's a lot of fun holes out here, but there's only maybe one that you would put on a Dream 18 as saying
That's true.
this competes with the other 17 best holes in the world. And it's hole 3 out here. That's
That's a good
just a
point.
fact.
Yeah.
I'll go with hole 3. Sure.
Yeah.
Sorry to dictate that, but that's
That hole's had 2 different NFL teams come out and shoot specials on that hole. The Rams did it and the Vikings did it.
Dang, that's cool.
I know that for a fact. NFL teams out there.
actually, I like to jump a hole. I'm going back to hole 7.
Okay, moving on. What is one of your most embarrassing disc golf moments you've had, and what are the lessons you learned from it? Mine's definitely Final 9 Am Worlds, hit the tee box, rolled like 25 feet behind me. Hadn't done that before, and I was definitely on coverage. And what did I learn? That, you gotta try harder than that.
Are you still thinking?
No. I have one. I don't know if it's the most embarrassing, but it was very embarrassing at the time. So I'm playing Throw Down the Mountain 2023. This was a USDGC qualifier. The final round I'm playing with Sully, Joey Buckets, and Macbeth. And
Stacked card.
Yeah, it was pretty good. This was my first time playing with Macbeth. It was awesome. And anyways, I'd never
freaking
played
out a little bit,
Oh
huh?
yeah. I took a 5 on the first hole. Anyways, so bring it back. Coming down the stretch, all I have to do is get a par on the final hole, and I'm in the USDGC. It'd be my first ever USDGC. And so I throw a dime down the hill, down the mountain, and I'm probably like 350 feet to clear the OB to get up on the green. And I'd throw it perfect. I was so nervous. Probably had like 25 feet for birdie. I could just lay up and take par, and I'm in the USDGC. And I'm like, you know what? I could make this and get a birdie. I miss it right, hits the cage, rolls away to like probably 25 feet again, miss it, and then tap in a bogey, go into a 3-way playoff.
I'm feeling so heartbroken.
Yeah, it was crazy.
3-way playoff.
3-way playoff for the USDGC spot. And then, we go to hole 1. Luckily, I win the playoff. I get the spot. But in the moment, I was like, you are the biggest idiot in the world. Why would you ever do that just for a stupid birdie?
I got one of those too. Yeah, I let Brody into the USDGC. His USDGC bid. I 5-putt Goat Hill to let him in that year. I forgot about that one.
Is tough.
Bro, I hit metal every single time, and none of them stayed within 25 feet. Alden Harris was on that card. So was Phil Delonay back when he was playing. You go ahead, though.
Yeah. I've got one that I think Luke can attest. We were playing together. I forget where it was, but I think I maybe missed like a 30-foot putt, and I think I said, frick. You remember that, right? When I was like really upset. Like it was really upsetting to me when I missed the putt, and I said, frick. Out loud, people heard me.
That embarrassing moment. Dude.
That was probably one of my most embarrassing moments in disc golf, yeah.
Dude.
No, it's just, you guys are like, wait.
That only happened once. Time that me, you, Chandler, and Silas played the DDO on the windiest day in Kansas.
Oh, that was crazy. There's nothing embarrassing from that. I have a really funny one. Did you ever play Stony Hill, the Sol's place?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm at Stony Hill.
Okay.
And there's a 330-foot shot across water. It was hole 16 at the time. I'm sure they've changed the course up, but anyhow, they have these carpet tees, or at least they did then. Do they still have the carpet tees?
I think so. It was like 4 years ago I played it. I think so.
This was a long time ago for me. But anyhow, they just called it in for the players meeting. It's like one of those 2 rounds in one day, B tiers or C tiers or whatever, which is what we used to pack those things back in, back in 2010, 2011. I just bought, and this is like early days of disc golf, so I am literally living off the amount of money that I might win at this tournament and go to the next tournament and hopefully win enough money to play the next tournament, right? Those are the days where you're sacrificing everything to do this thing that you really loved. And I had splurged like the weekend before on a pair of Nike shorts that are like kind of outdoorsy shorts, and I was wearing them that day because I was really proud of them. And anyways, I go on the tee pad. I'm throwing one more shot right as they're calling us to go in. I'm like, I want to get one more practice shot in. And this is my Discraft days. I'm throwing a Predator. And I go to step, and whatever I did with my left foot, I drug it a little bit too close to the carpet, catches, rolls my left ankle. Okay, so I sprain my left ankle, and I try to put my left hand down to protect myself as I'm falling forward. Well, my thumb gets caught up in these brand new nice shorts, rips the shorts like 4 inches long, hyperextends my left thumb back. Now I'm holding a disc with my right hand, trying to get my other hand down to protect my fall. Disc goes straight in the water, and I've got no hand to protect my face from hitting the carpet tee pad. And this all happened while Ricky Wysocki was standing above me going, is it okay to laugh? Like, I was in so much pain, but I was so embarrassed, and I knew how funny it must have looked that I just like sat there and I was like, if you have to laugh, go ahead and laugh. I was just so annoyed, but also like,
that's a good one to imagine.
Yeah. What I learned from this situation is nothing at all. I still throw with my feet just barely off the ground, and I'm liable to roll my ankle anytime. But I did shoot a 1060 rated round after that and won that day.
Oh,
so,
holy crap.
Yeah, it was a good story in the end.
Good.
Yeah, good ending.
Let's go.
They did. I think we're getting through all the questions. If you got more questions, definitely put them in here. Burnsy. You see it 10, I see it 20. What up?
Yeti said he'll come over and talk.
Yeti. We got the Yeti in the house.
Me up.
You?
I don't.
All right.
There can't be Germ and Yeti. There's
No
too
doubt.
much. It's too much. I love Yeti.
It would throw things off.
It's just a lot.
Well, Germ,
I got stuff to do, guys.
thanks for being with us.
Thanks, Luke.
Where can people find you?
Y'all know where to find me. You're gonna see me on Jomez. If you want to follow me on Instagram, I sometimes post a couple times a year. Big Germ DG, and definitely got to check out OTB stuff because we're gonna be doing some releases. MVP might be releasing a new hat of mine soon. So yeah, you guys, they already know. If you don't, I appreciate you anyways.
That's him. That's the big guy. Brayden, this is your second time playing the Majestic?
Yep. Yeah, second time.
Second time playing the Majestic?
Yep. Yeah, second time.
You know what you got your first time?
I think it was like around 15th or something like that. I don't
Solid.
think it was. Yeah, it was okay.
That's solid.
Yeah, not terrible.
I mean, there's constantly a littering of touring pros here. There's also some of the best Minnesota locals joining in as well. It's never easy to play good here at the Majestic. You got to get so many birdies.
Yeah, you do.
You're talking about 15 around if you want to be in the mix, and probably more than that if you want to take it down.
Probably.
All right, we got a putting world champion coming in next. This dude's been coming up here for a long RV parked up in the best spot on the house, looking out over the driving range hole. stereo. Putting world champ Jay Yeti Redding, sit down here and say what's up for us, man. How's it going?
Challenge, and then went up and supported Des at the Northwest. She's doing commentary now, which is pretty cool.
She's killing it, by the way. I love her commentary. Seriously do. That is
All the way back to Iowa, saw family, played in the Des Moines Challenge, and now here we are on this side of it. So you guys know the travel life, but I mean, this sport and this game allows us, that lifestyle to be able to not only play athletics at a high level, but we get to eat the local cuisine and hang out and see the best that the U.S. and the world has to offer nature-wise. So that's my fave.
insane. All right, so this is a second year touring professional right here, 27th consecutive year. What is a little bit of wisdom that you can pass down to somebody that's getting started in this game that you've become an expert at?
I really think it's kind of that stop. Make sure you stop and smell the roses, because it's harder now than ever. I remember some of the guys on tour. I mean, they would literally leave Sunday night and be the first to run the track Monday morning. And I get it. There's some advantages to that. However, that's really a recipe for burnout. You just got to be able to enjoy that life cycle part of it. And I think it keeps your mind, spirit, and body all in tune. And that's where, like, look, I'm going to a couple years later, now these places. So hey, when I get back to Boise, Idaho, I got this really cool little hole in the wall place I like to eat at. There's a new park that I put on my list from last time, all of those things. And I think that's a really important aspect to really stay in touch with, because these courses are getting incredibly longer. I mean, you guys are playing some of this 12,000 foot course. I mean, we were pretty stoked at about a 6,500 to a 7,500 foot course, so you guys are playing 2-for-1s, and that takes a lot on the body. So I think it's important to keep the mind and give yourself some time out there for sure.
Sweet. Yeah. Thank you. Okay. I'll
You really gotta work to get those off days. If you try and keep up with the Joneses or whatever, you are going to be playing every single day thinking that it's the grinding that's going to pay off. But like you said, it'll come a day when you just be a little burned out. Well, you've got this sweet RV. Are you going to the Des Moines Challenge?
Oh man, well, it's right during Worlds.
Right. Okay.
Into Worlds. So unfortunately, I'm going to miss that one for the first time in forever. I mean, I played the age protected one, but it's nice. Titan at the Des Moines Club. They kind of gave me a look, old dog, we'll let you play in this event as long as you want. So I have played the last 2 Pro Tour events there. Well, several more than that, but the last 2 years have been I seriously think they look at my scorecard and they're like, "Ooh, Redding birdied 3 of these holes. Let's push it back 80 feet," because So hey, if I'm providing that kind of stuff, then that's all right too, I suppose. But I'm so impressed. I mean, seriously, the guys these days, we can call it technology, we can call it a number of things, but literally, you guys are doing what some of us, we're just starting to get into, and that was like really treat yourselves like professional athletes. The health, the stretching, the things that we kind of take for granted in disc golf. You see those guys, the old school rec guys jump out of the car. And they're throwing, they're ripping all of a sudden, it's just like, it's not longevity, so
it's really
I really dig that aspect of the game, and it's cool. It's cool to see everybody on the camaraderie train too, it's like more and more people are starting to camp together in the van life and stuff, and I think those are lifelong friendships and bonds, man.
Yeah, it really is. There's a whole slew of people doing the van, the RV life thing these days, but none of the camping spots are as good as Blue Ribbon Pines, really. When you pull up right here, you get some Minnesota spring water in your tanks and you hang out on this fresh lawn. Is this a special spot or what?
I can already taste that walleye fish fry, brother.
Nice, dude.
No, I've been here since the beginning, and it's really it's been wild to watch. Jordan and Sons got the sod farm, so some of these wooded holes, just wait, and sure enough, here comes the grass, and it's just it's really cool to be able to have the aspects of a park-esque course on a private property. I mean, if you don't stop by halfway and grab yourself a putt at the mini, for $1, you get a putt at the mini target and you could win 10. And then they've got food and, adult beverages and even shots if you want, during leagues and things like that. I mean, I did that last year during my round. There's a little bit of backup, and I was like, oh, I'm going to go do the mini challenge. I put down my buck. Boom, I sank the first one. They gave me $10. I was like, give me a Surly Tall Boy double IP. Oh, that's right. I'm playing a tournament right now. So I said, I'll be back.
Yeah. Yeah, this place is super special for that reason as well. It's just got everything. Anything that they can think up, they can do. They got the manpower behind it as well. Super fun to be out here again for the BRP. Are you old enough? You can drink. Yeah.
Yeah, I can. I don't often,
Right on.
but I am old enough. Barely.
Right on. What's your favorite hole out here?
Ooh, man, favorite hole out here. Man, there was a couple of them I was commenting on today. The famous pond shot where Matty O just has that marker on there. I love that hole. I actually love that sequence of holes. You got 3 holes in a row that are all just epic, down the tree line. Then you've got the, layup shot. I'm kind of surprised. It was a surprise to me to see the target actually in the longer pin, because to me, I just think that one is just so prime. It's not an easy 3 anyway, right? So now it's an extra little twist. How do you guys play that?
It's hard. I'm just trying to throw a good sidearm up there, get in a good position. If I'm not, I'll just take it forward and be happy.
Yeah, Germ was pretty upset about that switch today too. It doesn't play for a forehand approach anymore. That second shot is like a flex backhand, something real stable that can skip on the chips a bit. It's not Germ's way of doing things, but I like it. I'm for harder.
And that's what I was wondering, because it seems to me like it's like, nowadays with so many proficient forehanders out there, a truly amazing hole has the turnover or the forehand off the tee or second shot, and then the second one is the other side of that, right? So that's kind of what that hole represents.
Yeah.
Use it all, get the full package going on. All right, let's see if we got some questions right here. We had, what was that? Would you rather have tongues for fingers or belly buttons all over?
Well, I mean, big boy here, the more taste is the better. Man, I'll take the tongues for the fingers, baby.
For the tongues, oh gosh.
All right, this is an interesting one from Asa, Ireland. What is the disc in your bag this weekend that you would be the most sad if you lost it?
Well, I mean, the Yeti Pro Aviar is the obvious answer there. However, you know what? There is an Old Man Magic disc in my bag right now. I guess I'll let the secret out. 165 Halo Mamba. This thing just like, all of a sudden I got 50 extra feet that I didn't have the other day, type of thing. Yeah. So, if that one goes away, I'll be, because it moves down the woods, it's the shots I see you guys throw with mid ranges, but hey, a little more speed to it.
That's what he does with mid ranges. Braden can smoke it. What about you? What's the one disc?
I have this Big Z CAC Z. It's kind of like a fairway mid-range hybrid that I don't think I could replace. If I threw it in the pond, I'd spend all day looking for that thing.
A Big Z, CAC Z.
Yeah. So the Big Z, it's like the CAC Z at the end, the Z is big. Normally they're little, but on the stamp it's big. It's like I don't really know. I just know it's special.
Yeah.
And it flies perfect. So I'd spend however many hours I had to in that pond to get it.
All right.
Which is hilarious. And that, I can only call them out because I love them. But speaking of spending all day to see your disc, we saw Silus Schultz in the water looking for that special disc. And as we came back all the way back around, guess who was still in the water? I think he found about 25 others. So he's got some good karma. I hope he finally found it.
We found it.
Yes, that's what I wanted to hear.
It took all 4 of us to get in, but we found it.
Oh, no kidding.
He owes them milkshakes, and it took, we estimated 2 hours.
2 hours, yeah. But we found it. And everybody else's disc that they threw in there, too.
Perseverance, man.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
You got a favorite course in Pennsylvania?
Ooh, Pennsylvania. Man, that Pittsburgh Worlds was just absolutely, and I played in the Lehigh Valley one as well, and that was fine. It actually had some courses that suited my game better, but the Pittsburgh area with the moraine and deer, and then the slippery rock, that combo right there of those courses. And I was actually a huge fan of Knock-A-Mix'em, back in the day.
Knock your dick in.
Rocks and sticks in. Bees and ticks in.
Okay.
We had all kinds of them,
Okay.
but knock your dicks in was definitely happening out there.
Right on.
Yeah, they got some great courses out there.
Yeah. Have you played Failer?
No failure, huh?
Okay. Yeah. Well, you could throw it 600 feet off one of those boxes. I can't imagine how far that Mamba would fly.
Wow, where's that at?
It's kind of central. It's by a nice lake, a reservoir, and there's 3 top of the hill shots. You got a Steve Bro design.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool.
18 is fantastic. We're going there again. This will be like our 4th year in a row. We had like 400 people for skins out there the last time. That community supports like none other. I'm skipping D-Glow and just going to Pennsylvania early to hang out, and I'm so excited about it. I mean, like, skipping D-Glow is the happiest I've been in a long time, I think, man.
Well, so if you're in Central PA, have you ever dipped down and done the Gettysburg kind of? No. Bro, yeah, that's a must.
I know about the like the Quakertown stuff. Again, just like Steve Bro's neck of the woods, AGA Farms, Steel Club, while it existed. There's a couple others in the area, and I guess Nockamixon's not that far off from those ones as well.
Yeah, that's all in that Lehigh Valley. But yeah, stop in Gettysburg, grab yourself. You can rent a Segway, and you can do the entire national park and battlefield on a Segway, which kind of brings it out to life, you know.
That's pretty cool.
That's awesome. All right, what do we think, Chris?
Yeah. Skins tomorrow at 4 p.m.
Yeah. Skins tomorrow, Blue Ribbon Pines, 4 p.m. Tickets on GoThrow.com. Matty O, Greg Barsby, Silus Schultz, Adam Hammies, and then, of course, guys, watch out for that Majestic coverage going on GoThrow's channel, as well as chase card coverage on Ace Run Pro. And
Challenge tomorrow, Thursday, come out early.
yeah, make sure and subscribe to Birdie Productions as well. Mason out of Texas kills the game, hustles like the best of them. He's here right now. Braden Sides, Yeti Redding. I'm
Heck
Luke
yeah.
Humphreys. You're watching Go Throw. Thanks for being here with us, guys.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yeah, keep throwing those discs.
That was perfect.